Hi, I'm Pam,
I'm Barry.
and this is the Mixed Review, where we do movie commentaries and mix in social issues. Our next movie was Furious 7.
In Furious 7, we continue on with our Fast and Furious franchise with Dominic Toretto's team wounding a man and putting him in the hospital. And the brother decides to come out of the woodwork and tries to take out Dominic Toretto's team. A lot of action in this movie, and it did try to clean up some of the adult comments and adult themes, but still a lot of action.
We find our character, Paul Walker's character, is having a hard time adjusting to real life, and that's a struggle that they show. He misses the action and the bullets, and this character who wants vengeance actually plants a bomb and blows up their house and puts his life in danger and like his wife and his kid. So that kind of motivates him to go back into the fighting world.
Okay.
So, um, if we want to go to the acting,
Sure.
okay.
Okay, so let's start with, we have our basic team of actors from all of the series. Unfortunately, the guy from Japan dies, but
I'm not sure why they killed that character off. I thought he was actually one of the better actors in the series.
yeah.
And to get rid of him, it kind of left the acting more lagging, I guess.
And
So, yeah,
to replace him, we bring in Kurt Russell,
it was
who,
a joke.
well, he didn't fit the role at all.
Mm-mm.
Um, they should have brought in somebody else, and they could have brought in, oh, I don't know, someone like um,
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
That
Reeves.
would have been a
Okay.
really good one. It would have
Okay.
been a good cameo, and we would have saw him with play more of his dark character roles with a little bit of comedy. When it came to the acting, it wasn't very good. You weren't there to watch amazing acting. You were there to watch things blow up. You were there to see the storyline, and for a lot of the watchers, they were there to see how they would handle Paul Walker's death and his brother taking over the role for the end. A lot of CGI for that.
There's also a whole lot of action in this movie, which I've said before. Some new stunts I've never seen before, and some stunts, I don't know how they got away with them, but they did. And they were definitely pushing the envelope on
Mm-hmm.
stunts.
And they went to a lot of different continents to film. I even though a lot of it was in Canada, but the film traveled all over the country to get this drive. And there was a character who needed. They had this Big Brother type apparatus called God's Eye, and that's how they were able to find their guy they wanted to capture. So that was a really interesting way of doing that. What were some things that we didn't like about the movie?
Well, as far as the God's Eye, that's just another way to, I guess, stimulate the NSA to do something they shouldn't be doing. But, we'll kind of leave that one alone. Don't want to get in trouble with them.
Whatever, they're watching this now.
Well, that's true too. And I'm sure we're on there.
So the negative things about this film was I think was the acting. Um, instead of having really good character development, because we know the characters from the franchise, they weren't. They want us kind of rely on the character they built up before and just kind of left the acting out of this one. A lot of one-liners, a lot of
A lot of one-liners.
catchphrases that
As a part of the character development, we see all the characters back, including one that we would like to talk about is Tyrese. And for Tyrese, we didn't see much character development for him. He still kind of acts like the little boy that he has always been. He wasn't that way in the first movie that they introduced him, but he ended up being that way in this one. A little disappointed in his character. I was hoping for a little bit more.
And I think maybe they probably used him for comic relief, but they could have done a better. They could have done better than that. Instead of just making him immature and loud and stereotypical, they didn't really try to make him smart.
Right, right.
So that was unfortunate for those who were hoping for something different. All the other characters kind of came to a conclusion in a way. They were able to, beat the bad guy, save their family, and the villain was locked away even though he should have just died. But they're opening the door probably for an eighth one, which
Right.
I really hope they don't. Is that horrible? I think it's enough. I mean, seven is enough. But that shows 8 is enough, so I guess I'm probably gonna do another one. But what I didn't see coming was the entire way they were going to use Paul Walker's brother. I thought they did a really good job with the CGI. We didn't. It was obvious in some spots, in some spots it wasn't.
Right. Yes. Yes. Especially toward the end, you knew it was coming because the shadows were off, and I know the CGI people try to do their best, but you know
It was
what?
still pretty
CGI
obvious.
is CGI.
Okay. Overall, but one of the things about the film that was really tugging at the heartstrings was the ending. You can probably find the ending somewhere online, but they really went back and showed all of your memories of Paul through all the films, and that was really sad because in the end we know that he is no longer with us, so it was unfortunately sad.
Well, and I think they did a good job of telling him goodbye and giving that to his family.
As for recommendations for this film, if you have watched the first 6, I think you'll enjoy Furious 7. I've only seen 4 of the 6 before it, and then this one, and I relatively enjoyed it. It was okay.
If you enjoy the action, if you enjoy all the stunts and watching all this take place, then yeah, absolutely go see it. It's a great action flick. It's definitely a guy flick. Definitely not meant to be a chick flick.
And I still went.
This is not a what do we call it
So he
earlier?
owes me aloha now. So
No,
look
what?
forward to
This isn't a dramedy, a combination of drama and comedy. That's definitely not what this is.
It's mostly testosterone and booty shaking. All for the men. So, but I got to go. So it was fun. Okay, let's watch this one.